Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mine Mogul, a game about building up a mine. How's everybody doing today? When last we when we last left our episode, we of course finished off our pipe making area with the copper pipes. We set up our copper mines, and now we're making copper at a crazy rate. Yep, this is a normal amount of copper for what it brings in. So, wonderful. Now, before we get started, I do have to say there has been a bit of an update to the game. And that update? Walled mergers. Yes, yes please. I am so happy they did this. Now, obviously, I can't, get one right now because, well, I don't have the research points. I probably should have saved them from last episode. But, oh well, I'll get more later. After all, as you can see, my quest's up in the upper left-hand corner. I've got a few that I'm very close to finishing. Well, that will probably be finished by the end of this episode. But, the real question, what are we doing this episode? Well, a couple of things. With the easiest one being that I'm going to go and add this coal line to my pipeline. That's what I'm going to start off with first. I'm going to add this one to my add this coal to my pipeline because, well, I'm going to need coal for a quest later on anyways. That Master of Slag one, I'm going to need coal, ore, and the crushed coal for it to be counted. So, might as well just bring it on up here, add it directly to the line, and continue on with our day. Of course, I am going to be maneuvering it a little bit here and bringing it on over to here. And like the others, I am going to have it be jumping onto the track, but I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. That being said, that's that. Now I will be changing it slightly. I'm going to be having the coal be kicked out to the side, and I'll be sending the gemstones back over here to where the polishing machine is. That way, I don't have to go and fight I don't have to fight trying to... Well, I guess I could just add a polishing machine. Suppose there's no real harm in that. I just don't really want to. But I could. I very much could. Maybe I will. Save myself some belting. Of course, this isn't all that we're doing for this episode, obviously. I'm not going to make an episode that short. At least, not yet. So instead, what will we be doing after I finish setting up all of this nonsense? Well, after I'm done, I'm going to go, and we are going to head on over to the area with the ruined pipe. I mean, the ruined elevator shaft. And we are going to just, well, we are going to start working on that. Hmm. There. Is that perfect? No, not really. But it's about as close as I'm gonna get. Okay. And no, you don't have to go and have the gemstones, all polished up, but I want to. It increases their value, as you no doubt, as you might or might not remember. So, that's what I do. Okay, that's all set up now. Now, whenever we start the master slag, that should be just fine. Okay, so we're not going to be well, we will be working in this area eventually, but for right now, the area that we're going to be working in is over this wall. And this area, like I said, is the main reason I really think it would be cool if we could fix up these elevator shafts to make them into another deposit box. And the reason for that is, well, how are we going to get the materials out of here? Well, two ways. We can either snake the belt through here, which, good luck, very much good luck, or you take it up here and down there. And remember what I said about physics objects just loving being dropped? Yeah. So, that's how we're kind of going to have to do things. We're going to kind of have to do it like that. Not exactly something I'm super thrilled about, but we kind of don't have a choice in that matter. Well, I mean, we do. We can just not take these resources. But, well, why in God's green earth are you even playing the game if you're not trying to get all the resources your grubby little hands can get your hands on? I mean, honestly. So, yeah, we just do this. Alrighty. Grab our merger, because we are going to do a three-way merger. Okay, good. Alrighty. And now we just do a little bit more belt work. And we've got all the mines set up. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Once you get to a certain point, you already know what to do. So realistically, it becomes trivially easy to just belt all these through. Once you play the game long enough, anyways. And there... Unless I want to do something weird like this-ish. I might have to. Yeah, I might realistically have to. Okay. Yep. And there. And now we go grab some we go and start one of these up, and we see if the resources get stuck. If the resources get stuck, I gotta move it slightly over. If I gotta move it slightly over, I gotta move it slightly over. Okay. This is gonna be the really big test, basically. If this thing gets stuck, the rest is probably gonna get stuck too. Okay, good. Good news. So, it's all going to be good. Now, I've said it. I know I'm going to just keep saying it, but I'm just going to keep saying it. You really don't want to do this if you can help it. You really don't. You really don't. But, like I said, there's no other choice. You have to come down from up there, and that space is not very big. You'd have to do a lot of weird stuff with these slope conveyors to get anything through. So, just don't bother. Don't bother. Alrighty. Now that that's said and done, that was actually a lot quicker than I thought it'd be. So, now, we go and start working on this area. And once we're done with this area in here, we are dang near done with the entire mine. There is only one more small little spot that has mines. And actually, I can just show you where that is. Kill a little bit more time. Did I already get? No, I didn't. Huh. Gonna have to get that stuff later. The last little bit will be in here. This is the last few mines that will exist in this entire mine. So, once we're done with that, that's pretty much the game plan for the ending. And honestly, I'm debating whether or not just to finalize everything today. Just go and make the final bits of mines. I might just do that. Move on to a different game. Because there is another game that I've had my eye on that I've already gotten. And that I've just been waiting for I've been waiting for this series to end to try it out. Nothing serious, obviously. But it is something that I've been looking into. It's a game called Icarus. It's apparently a survival crafter game. And apparently, I believe it's co-op available. Now, I don't really play with a lot of people just because, well, that's just how I do. That's just how I am. I like playing on my own because then when I mess up, not if, when I mess up, it's all on me. I'm the only one affected, not anybody else. So, yeah, that's usually why I like playing on my own, just because then I'm the only one responsible. Alrighty. Bring you on over here, and then bring you on over here. Same can be said over here. Okay, so let me give you the game plan of what I'm going to be doing. Gold is going to be in this area. Iron is going to be in that area. These mines over here, they make mostly gold with iron. Now, obviously, I'm going to sort out the iron. I'm going to sort out the gold here to run, obviously, over here to the crusher. All the gold will go there, get crushed, and get moved over there. Now, I think I'm going to slightly change this around to do that, because that is also going to produce gold. So, obviously, that gold I'm going to want to bring over here. I'm going to bring that gold over here, while all the iron is going to go down this way. The iron will, of course, the iron and gems, I guess I should mention, will go this way, through here. We'll go through here. They'll be sent this way. Sent on through here, and they'll be continued on through all the way through this way. Simple as that. Now, already, if we go over here and look at this area, this line, this is the line I'm feeding onto. You might have remember me saying that when we first set up these mines. Yeah, this is where all that's going to go onto. This is where that all is going on to. And then, if we follow this, yes, all the gold is going this way. It's going to continue going this way. All that's adding on to there. And the iron and the gold is going to be eventually feeding underneath here. Yeah, underneath here. And going to go through the polishing machine. Now, that isn't the only thing that's going to be on this line. There's also going to be coal on this line. I'm thinking to save myself a bit of time and possible headache with the sorters, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to add a shaker right here. I'm going to do something I don't normally do here. I'm going to add a shaker here, and I'm going to send the coal, the full coal, through this shaker. And then I'm going to just add it back onto the line. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let the crushed coal and such go on through. Let it just go on through. Add to the whatever over there. But for the for all this other stuff, I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna let it, well, let it ride basically. So let's go and let's get all these sorted. There we go. There we go. One more. Because they're very high up. Swap out that. Do that. And I did find out the hard way with this specific group here that yeah, you're definitely going to need you're definitely going to need the you're definitely going to need this. You're going to need to go and do it this way. It's sad, very sad, but it's what's needed. You're going to need two of these smelters for the iron. There's that much iron. Very sad, very unfortunate. But good news. You got a lot of iron. But only just enough iron. I will say that if this is the last episode, which I'm thinking it's gonna be actually, from how everything's looking so far. If this really is the last episode, then honestly, I'm not gonna be done playing this game. Obviously, I'm gonna keep playing this game because I like playing this game. There's always ways to optimize the factory, but like I said, if this is the last episode, then I probably will just do as I said and just start up a new game of the Icarus game for the next video. But I will walk you through what the factory looks like for a quote-unquote truly final video. I'm not going to just say, well, that's the end of the video. Good luck figuring out what the factory actually looks like. No, no, no. I'll take you through what the factory looks like at the end of everything. It's just oh, hey, I almost missed one. This one's always just a bit too out of the way to be noticed. Okay. Yeah, but like I said, I'll take you through a factory tour or mine tour, whatever you want to call it. I'll let you see what the mine is all looking like at the end of all this. And maybe before I actually show you that, maybe I'll unlock the walled mergers and show them off too. I'm not quite as done as I thought I was. After all, I still haven't connected you to the end. That's a bad habit of mine, isn't it? Get excited and forget to go and actually finish the whole dang thing off. Oh well. There we go. And that's all done. And yes, if you wanted to, for this little dip, you could have I could have ran these slope conveyor belts just to make it kind of look a little bit nicer. But I'm not gonna. Alrighty. And there. Now we just turn this back on. And we wait for any of the iron. And we don't have to wait long. Nice. There. The iron is now set up. Which means it's time for the gold. There. Gosh darn thing. Ah, hey, look at that. Did a funny. Okay. And that should be good. Ah, not quite. Not quite. Alright, now with that, that should be all the mines in this area. Now, I know what you're thinking. Alan, don't you remember? You still got those 2 mines there. Well, like I said, once you get to a certain point, it becomes really, really easy just to move stuff along. Really, really easy to move stuff along. Those 2 mines aren't going to be much of a hassle. In fact, it's probably going to take me longer to go and... yeah, drop it on through. It's probably going to take me longer to actually go get the extra... oh, hey. Quests are all done. It's probably going to take me longer to go get the extra mine that I need than it's going to take for me to actually go and, well, do said, you know, piping. It's probably going to take me longer just to get on over to the thing to buy it than it will be to actually go and make it. Go over here, buy the auto miner, grab it. Because the most terrible thing about all this is that I have everything that I need to... I have everything that I need to get these through. To just pipe these on through into my network. And for them to not mess up the system, too, while we're at it. While I'm at it, I'm just going to light up this internal area. Oh, hey, diamonds. Oh, hey, a rock. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Oh, hey, a gold. Huh. Neat. Okay, so, let's belt these. Now, as you see, they are both pure iron. If you wanted to, you could go through the entire rigmarole of going and making them all nice, neat, shiny. You could make a whole blast furnace setup and all that other jazz and yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. Or you can just do what I'm about to do. And just add it onto this line. Literally, that's it. That's the whole end goal of what you can do. Of what I'm gonna do. Because to be fair, there's no reason to go through any sort of rigmarole. Honestly, you don't have to. These things are going to be incredibly easy to deal with. Simply because of how, well, how we've made our base. We've already made our base more than robust enough to be able to handle these little bits of iron coming through the system. Keep in mind, for those of you eagle-eyed, you've already noticed that coal-centric line that goes through most of my base, it's attached to a mine that already produces iron. So we've already got the entirety of our necessary infrastructure to just slap these on. And with that, I should just be able to click that button. These mines will begin producing iron. Any minute now. Yep, there comes the iron. It will follow these belts over here, go on over, add themselves to the line. The very same line that is attached to all of this coal line. It'll be added to this giant mess right here, and all that iron will get stopped right there and piped up there. And that's that. That right there, as soon as we start seeing iron come through there that isn't in bar form, as soon as we start seeing raw iron ore, that's checkmate. That's game over. We have no more need to worry about any more mines, anything like that. Obviously enough, if they do, if the developers actually do my suggestion or something similar, where you're able to fix up the elevator shafts to make them into drop boxes, I'll probably revisit this, start up a whole new game, and just, well, make 3 sections, like I said, just for funsies. That would actually be a slightly interesting way of playing the game, because then instead of just making this whole line right here, this throughput line, the game suddenly changes to having 3 distinct sectional lines, basically. Ooh, that's starting to back up a little bit. But not much. Only a little bit. Nothing too crazy. But, yeah, there we go. The first iron from the last mines are now coming through. And all that is now sorted. And there we have it. Alright, well everybody, thank you for watching. This was Mine Mogul. Obviously, the game's not entirely done. I mean, I could keep going, playing until I actually get the Mine Mogul quest done. But, as you can see, the requirements for that, yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, quite a bit. So, not really much. And I still have to figure out what a junk pipe is, to be honest. But I'm not too worried. I'm really not super worried. So, thank you all for watching, if you guys actually did. Like I said, the next game that I'll be playing will be the survival crafting game. I think it is a survival crafting game anyways. A game called Icarus. We'll figure out what that thing's all about together. Because unlike Mine Mogul, I have not played Icarus at all. I wanted to go through with a fresh pair of eyes. So, if you're interested in watching me fumble about trying to figure out how that works, stay tuned, subscribe, like, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. And thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good day, and sayonara.